Hello everyone, welcome to another guest internet instructional video. This is a series of videos where we explain how to configure the guest internet controllers. Now, before you start configuring a guest internet controller, please download the configuration guide from our website or from the WispZone website. This tells you how to connect the equipment, and it also tells you how to go through the initial configuration, the setup wizard. And finally, it tells you how to log in as the administrator, because if you want to do any type of configuration with the guest internet controller, you have to log in as the administrator. Now, when you log in as the administrator, the first page you see is the system information page, which is shown here on the screen. And this gives you a summary of the status of the product. Now, we're going to go back to the advanced settings list because we're explaining each of these settings. I've explained some already, see other videos. And what we're going to do today is look at the blocked MAC list. Now, we have addresses that are blocked that will prevent that computer or that device getting access to the internet. And so, how does a device get blocked? Well, one of two ways. First of all, we can block it manually. If we go to the connected users page and we see somebody who's connected to the internet, we can click this red button here, which will block the user. Why would we want to do that? Maybe that person is abusing the service. Maybe that person is using a lot of data. And so we can come here and manually block the user. The user can also be blocked automatically. And so that will happen if the user abuses a firewall feature. For example, we have a feature here, block P2P file sharing. And so we have a drop-down menu which allows us to block the user for 5 minutes up to 1 day and also permanently. So if the person is using a torrent software to share copyrighted information, then that user can get blocked from the network also. This is very important because if you're using a service like Starlink, then anyone on your network who's sharing a copyrighted file will get your Starlink account closed. Starlink are very adamant about this. And so it's very important that you prevent people sharing copyright information. Now, copyright information is owned by a small number of companies who are always checking the internet to see if anyone is sharing the information that they own. Could be a DVD, could be a CD. And if they identify an IP address, they're going to communicate with the ISP, in this case, Starlink, and Starlink are going to shut down the user. So even if you're using a service to provide for a community, if you're using a Starlink service and somebody in the community is sharing a file, your service will get shut down. And so when we look at our settings here, we go back to the blocked MAC list. So if anyone is using the service and gets blocked by the firewall, or if they get blocked manually, they're going to come here to this list, okay? And we'll see more people added to this list. And we can unblock them by clicking this red cross here. So if we click this red cross, that unblocks them from the list, removes them from the list, okay? So this is a feature which you may see in use quite a lot, okay? It's certainly a feature that you want to configure the firewall to block any person who's abusing the service. And if they are blocked, this is where they're going to arrive. Their MAC address is going to be shown here. And you can decide if you want to unblock them or keep them blocked. That's your decision. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching. Look out for other videos in our series. And if you have any questions, send us an email and we'll be very happy to answer them for you. So thanks again and see you next time.